Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Mr. Action back at you with another episode of Packed In Action Figure Reviews, where we give you that action that's packed in. And on today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Retrocarded Iron Man She-Hulk. And I'm absolutely excited to be going over this figure with you guys. When I saw the promotional images of it, man, I definitely felt like Hasbro definitely nailed it out the park when it came down to, like, you know, just the overall look of this classic She-Hulk. I kind of do wish that we did have that more modern kind of outfit to it, but hopefully, we can definitely see this body on a reissue to, hopefully get that costume. But without further ado, let's get this figure out of the box and let's take a closer look. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have Jennifer Suzanne Walters, aka the She-Hulk, and Hasbro absolutely nailed it, man. They definitely hit the ball out of the park with the execution of this figure, man. Since I've had it out of the packaging, man, it's been, a figure that I've just been, playing with and getting posed up in just different positions, different poses. And I can honestly say that, this She-Hulk figure definitely holds its own. One of the first things that, pops out to me most definitely is going to be, the color of her skin, man. I really like the way how, it just pops. And I think that, with the choice of purple that they use, it definitely really helps, execute that factor of the figure. And, I just really like the way that it came out, man. I really feel like it just, exemplifies that classic look. The digital face printing that, Hasbro has, continuously kept doing is just, they just keep hitting. And I really like the size that they decided to go, with this She-Hulk, man. I feel like, she's definitely going to tower over the figures, that she needs to. And another thing that I really, really like, is, just the overall just physique of the character, man. I feel like, they got the body and the proportions correct. She doesn't look like, overly muscular, but, she's not, too slim either. So I feel like, they got her just right there in the middle. So with that being said, let's go ahead and, let's take a closer look. Now jumping over into the accessories that come with this figure, our She-Hulk does come with your two standard fists that we've seen time and time again with most of our figures. And they're pretty much your basic sculpted fists, nothing really out of the ordinary. And the next accessory that comes with the She-Hulk is going to be this bent up gun. And I really like the way that it came out, a lot of attention to detail here. We can see many parts and pieces of the guns that's just been totally just, manhandled, or in this case, woman handled, from She-Hulk's just strength. And, I really do like the way that it came out. Where I feel like this figure definitely misses is with, I really wish that we could have gotten, an additional head sculpt. This is She-Hulk that we are talking about after all. So as much as I do like, that facial expression that she has there as she just stands there smiling away, I kind of do wish that we did have, a secondary, angry face to go with this Hulk. But apart from that, can't really complain. Now jumping over into the aesthetics of this figure, Hasbro absolutely nailed the execution of this classic She-Hulk. I am very thoroughly pleased with, the stage presence that it just invokes when you see it on your shelf, man. So go ahead and taking a closer look at the She-Hulk here, starting off with the head. We do see that, she does have that digital printing that Hasbro is just, definitely on the money when it comes down to their figures as of lately. We saw their cable with the, the nice digital printing and a few other figures, man. And, I can honestly say the same thing comes down, with this when we're taking a look at the details, man. We can see the eyes, the lips, and everything seems to be painted really, really well. Then over here, taking a look at the head sculpt with the hair, I absolutely like the, the shading that Hasbro did with the green. I like the fact that it is, thoroughly all in there, man. There definitely seems to be, just the right amount of paint in there. I don't feel like it's too much or too little. I feel like it's perfect, and I absolutely feel like it, brings out the highlight of the figure. Then coming down over here into the neck area, we do have some nice definition, even up here in her upper pec. Then over here taking a look at the shoulders, man, this is She-Hulk, so I'm absolutely, excited that, they just gave us, really nice definition when it came down to the muscles, man. We can, definitely see that there. And we over here have it on this side. as well as this side here. We also do have those nice fists. Now I do see that there is a slight color off variation with the elbows, but to me honestly it's not that big of a difference. It probably shows up more on the camera than it does with my naked eye, unless I'm colorblind, which could be a possibility. But you know what I'm saying, just the overall muscle definition of this figure came out really nice. Then over here, taking a look at the bust area, I have heard some complaints with people saying that based on the accuracy of what we see in the comics and other media, that this portion of the figure should be bigger, but probably for obvious reasons we probably can't go that big. I don't know, maybe design choice, but all in all, man, I mean, that's not something that really bothers me too much in real life. When I think of a bodybuilder, especially like a woman, at that that area of their body isn't necessarily that big, if you know what I mean. Then over here, taking a look at what I'm saying, the obliques, if that's what it's called, and the abdominals, man, just overall, man, the definition in there is really nice. Now the purple here is painted, what I'm saying, you can't feel any variation in the difference, but I think it works for what it is. And we also have the painted on belt, and it's very, very, very nice, clean work. And I do like the fact that they added the wrinkles in there to show you that it is a a costume, it is an outfit, so that is nice. And we also do have some more of the wrinkling up here. Then coming down over here to the legs, we do have that nice muscle definition. She's definitely hitting the gym, definitely hitting those squats, as you can tell. Again, with the color of the knees, there might be showing up on the camera, it may not, but not a huge big deal to me. It's not that far off, as I've heard other reviewers complain about. Then over here, taking a look at the foot, we do have here, I do have like some kind of weird, I don't know if that's like dirt or what, but that is something to notice. But I do like the calf work, man. I definitely do like the way, I don't know what this stuff is, but hopefully that's not on your figure. I'm not gonna take points away for that, but I do see here on this side too as well. Not sure what that is. And then over here, taking a look at the foot, man, all in all, man, a very nice, well, aesthetically pleasing figure. And I'm definitely glad that Hasbro gave us this figure, man. It's absolutely muy bien. Now jumping right along over into the articulation segment with this figure, I feel like for the most part, this figure has mostly good articulation points, with the exception of the abdominals. I don't feel like we really get that much articulation there. But starting off with the head, obviously most of us know that because of the size of the hair, we're not going to really get that much motion of rotation. So we can get her to look down about this far, which I think is pretty good. And the head is on a double ball peg, so this is supposed to be the better with the articulation, which in many cases it is, but the way how it is executed here, unfortunately, it is not done too well. So that is that. Then moving right along over to the neck, we do also have nice side to side motion, which is really good considering how big that the hair is. And surprisingly, we also do get some really nice pivot work in there, so you get a nice, particularly good range of motion. Again, you won't be able to look up, unfortunately. Then coming down over here to the shoulders, we can get that nice T-man pose, so you are going to get that. We do have bicep swivel 360 degrees. We also do have double jointed elbows that go way beyond 90 degrees. We also do have a hinge wrist that goes forward and back as well. The hands also do rotate, so if you were to go 360 around as such, you would be able to do so. There's enough clearance within the hair, so I definitely do like that nice attention to detail. Now coming down over here into the diaphragm, she does have that nice twist, which I think works really good, and she also does have nice pivot going from side to side. When it comes down to crunching, unfortunately, that is about the most of the crunch that you're going to get forward. But as far as going backwards, we do have that nice crunch going back, and the sculpt underneath is still really well. I have seen some YouTubers do torso modifications with that, So definitely check, some videos out there, because I do know that there is a way where you can get the torso to, have a much deeper crunch. Now, we don't have a waist swivel, which is unfortunate. I really, truly wish that Marvel really started implementing, ball waisted joints, or maybe like, the ab crunch with the diaphragm combination, I think would really work. Our She-Hulk can also hit the splits, so we do get a very nice range of motion. She can definitely hit them splits on you, so watch your back. Then we also have some nice thigh cut over here, 360. We have double jointed knees that go about this much here, and we do also have boot cut, 360. We have shoes that go here on a hinge. They go down this much and they go up about that much. Now, jumping right along over into some size comparisons, our She-Hulk is a pretty big girl. She stands roughly at about, I want to say, 7 inches and some. And then we have her standing over there right next to our Juggernaut from the Colossus 2-pack that he came with. And I really like the way that, they look side by side. And here she is next to the Blob. And here she is standing right next to our Marvel Select Hulk, which I honestly feel like these two pair up really nice as far as like the color tone variation. So if you want to have them posed up in some poses, man, you can definitely get some really nice shots. And here she is next to her lover boy, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. I don't know if you can handle all of that, my boy. And here we have her next to the Ultimate Captain America. And here we got her next to our Deadpool, man, and I can't wait for that movie to come out, man. Just a few more days, man. And here we have her next to the Extremist suit Iron Man. And here we have her next to the Retrocarded Ghost Rider. And then for some mix and mashups over there to the right, we got the Go Power Ranger. I can't remember his name though, so yeah. And here our She-Hulk is next to our NECA Predator. And the Predator is on a 7-inch scale, but because of the size of, She-Hulk, of how big she is, I feel like it works. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that in real life She-Hulk would be taller than a Predator? I don't know. I gotta check the stats for that one. So, after all is said and done, Hasbro has delivered a phenomenal She-Hulk that really embodies and really just captures, the essence of that classic She-Hulk. I feel like this figure is gonna be one of my personal favorite figures of the year, man. It's definitely gonna be in my top 10. I just really like the way this figure looks. I like, just the command presence that it invokes. The figure is not perfect. There are some, mishaps with it. And, the major or the most biggest thing to me that really stands out is, I do wish that we did have, a much deeper crunch, coming straight out of the factory. A lot of these figures oftentimes, sometimes we kind of have to like, alter them or, modify them. And honestly, I feel like, out of the box, they should come, executed, well in the way that they should. So to see that, we don't get that much of an ab crunch is a bit of a bummer. And then the other thing, I kind of do wish that, we did have a, additional head sculpt, with an angry face. I kind of feel like it was a missed opportunity. Again, as I stated before, this is She-Hulk, so it would have been nice, to kind of see, a little bit of teeth, but more so in the angry fashion or in the angry manner. So if I had to give this figure an overall rating, man, I'm gonna give it a 9. I feel like Hasbro definitely did their thing, man. It definitely stands out. It's one of those figures that you're gonna just keep looking at after you've posed it up. So without further ado, guys, thanks for checking out another episode of Packed In Action Figure Reviews, where we give you that action that's packed in. Now, if you've enjoyed the content that you've watched on this channel so far, please do me a favor, like and subscribe, as it will tremendously help out my YouTube channel and the algorithm. I am a small channel and I am trying to, definitely get up there. So if you guys can, help me out with that, I would definitely appreciate that. So once again, thanks for checking out another episode. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed.